G'day and welcome back to Torment Thursdays. I just noticed one thing in the process of getting everything ready for this episode. They've changed between the two betas the way the save menu worked. So the old saves were alphabetically sorted, and that infuriated me because frankly that's a terrible way of sorting your saves. The new saves are actually sorted by date, so you actually can easily pick up and resume where you left off. It's a much better system. I'm really surprised they ever didn't do that. From a distance it looks as though this mutant is wearing a form-fitting suit of finely painted patterned lines in white, yellow and pale blue. On closer examination it becomes apparent that these are tattoos, and they cover nearly the entirety of his body, even his shaved head. His actual clothes are simple and worn, and his boots look as though they've seen hard use. Wait, I didn't do a summary of what we were up to last time. So last time around we helped a robot have kids, and agreed to help what I suspect is a bit of a crime boss to find who murdered his protege, and in doing so he also pointed us towards this fellow who should be able to tell us where our sister Matkina is, so we can meet her and find out more and hopefully get towards fixing the resonance chamber. Okay, so he's studying the meaningless swirls and whirls on his arms, mouthing names meaning nothing to you. Solvi, Balint, Urgao, Tentries. When he looks up at you, you see a strange device that covers one of his eyes. A deep blue light shines in its center, and it seems to measure and evaluate you as he focuses on you. He smiles as you approach, a broad, beaming grin that says he considers you a friend already. "I'm Mapper," he says, extending his hand. "I've been everywhere around here. I've found my way into places long sealed and best forgotten. Met all sorts of people. Can't say I cared much for some of them, it's true." His voice is fast, insistent and incisive. "Still I try. The communities of our world are islands of light. Sometimes they wink out, sometimes they flare up. I want to link them together. I want to be a bridge." Have you heard anything about the murders down here? "Murders? What murders?" Alarm colors his face, and a faint red streak runs through his tattoos. "No one tells me anything." He sighs. One of the drawbacks of being a drifter, I suppose. No one thinks to keep you informed." Then he looks around. Of course, in a place like this, people generally don't talk to each other much anyway. "You say you want to be a bridge. How do you even do that?" He shrugs, a faint smile on his lips. "I travel. I see places. I map them out on my skin. Maybe inside me. I don't know. I mean, the lines change when I look, and they've got to be stored someplace, right?" He scratches his bald head. The lines flow under his fingers. "I just need to collect places. I just need to know that I've done something. Making maps is all I know. It's all I want to know." Okay. Where did you get all those tats? These are not tattoos, they're maps. He exposes a shiny grin. "Maps of places I've been or have heard of." He covers the artificial eye in his hand and says, "If I look at my skin like this, it's meaningless." Then he uncovers it and says, "But look at it like this," and suddenly I see the map, springing off my skin. I focus on it. It all comes clear. Buildings, people, smells, even a route to get there. It's worthless to anyone, of course, without me to interpret the map. It's a combination of my mutation and the lens. Finding the eyepiece was the best part of being born like this." He sighs contentedly. "It made me feel like my life made sense at last. And that, my friend, is far more than anyone deserves." "Looking for a lady named Matkina. Do you know where I can find her?" "Matkina, the White Death? I've heard of her. I know where she hides too." He grins wide, exposing a mouthful of extraordinarily white and clean teeth. "I can tell you where she is, but I hate to say it, it comes with a price. Much as I love talking about my travels, I need to finish a patch of my Sagas Cliffs maps, and I need bragging rights for the next time I see navigators. He shrugs. Also, she might not be happy if told. But I may be able to help you find it for a trade, of course. Have you ever heard of the Changing God, savior of Sagas Cliffs in times past and so forth? They say it at Sanctuary under the city, a place he used to retreat to and plan for the future while he thought on his past. You know, making possibility maps. That Sanctuary is the one place I haven't seen in Sagas Cliffs, and I need it to fill in my maps and get the achievement for filling in all the maps. Far as I can tell, it's not past the Stitcher layer. The problem I'm having is I just can't make sense of their language. Perhaps you can talk to them. It's a hell of a price, I know, but there it is. You want to find Matkina, you'll find the Sanctuary for me. Is there some way into it without using the Stitcher layer? There must be. Changing God wasn't the kind of person who just put one entrance into the place, but I haven't been able to find the back door for the life of me. Why don't you go looking yourself? The skiss-sucking Stitcher, that's why. They've got their precious eggs in their lair and they won't let me in. It's not like I've got any interest in the eggs, but got no patience for dealing with their clicks and rumbles. I just want to know, got me? Okay, I'll be back when I found the Sanctuary. Typical RPG. Can't be one thing. It's got to be one thing on top of another thing on top of another thing, and then maybe you can get somewhere. So we do indeed have to do this Stitches quest, which means I need to come up with some more voices. Where does this go? Or I could just, use a tunnel. Seems reasonable, right? Corpse is in a wretched state, its head and limbs crushed to a pulp, with bits of wooden debris embedded in the skin. This altar is made entirely of human bones, with a carved skeletal head mounted above. Live maggots wriggle in its empty eye sockets. Ew. The corpse of an elderly gentleman lies under this shroud. His face is peaceful, and you see no obvious cause of death. A teenage girl lies here on this slab. Most of her bones are shattered, suggesting she fell from a great height. This pushcart holds the emancipated corpses of a pauper. His toes and fingers have been chewed to the bone. The bed of this old pushcart is stained with blood and other, more unpleasant things. A plump middle-aged woman lies upon the slab. Her head has been stripped of flesh, her eyes placed neatly on the slab beside it. I'm really glad that we don't have the visuals to accompany this. Under the dry cloth lies the corpse of a man in dirty, mismatched armor. He appears to have been stabbed a dozen times. The corpse has been partially eaten, gnawed by human teeth. The body cavity is splayed open and most of the organs are gone. Oh, charming, charming. A strong aroma of charred flesh arises from the dingy cloth over this corpse. Lift the shroud. There's no way around it. This dead man was a cast-off, and it will be hard for him to be deader. His flesh is papery, desiccated. His tattoo, or other charred remains of it, has burned through his skin and into the bone beneath. Of course, there's a matter of his charred eye sockets and his horrified gaping mouth. Parts of the corpse are missing, remnants of a Dendra feast. You aren't surprised they stopped. Let's touch the tattoo. The last thing you remember before your fingers grazes the tattoo is a rising buzz. Time stutters and breaks. Panting softly, you awaken, leaning against a bier for support. Your arms burn. Your temples throb, and white static claws at the corners of your vision. Someone was screaming in that lightless, timeless void. You remember that much, but it wasn't you. None of the Dendra are looking your way. Anything new there? Nope. Okay, what the hell are you? This short, squat woman rakes absently at the swollen red tattoos decorating her pale, naked scalp. Her claws draw blood, but she doesn't seem to notice. Head jerks up at the sound of your footsteps, and her too large mouth widens to a sharp-toothed smile. We greet you, Tendling. Yes, we honor your arrival. Her eyes rove over your body hungrily. What brings you to the Dendro? Do you wish to share with us? Her grey and pointed tongue swipes at the ritual scarring around her lips, leaving a glistening sheet of survival. There's some questions about the Dendro. No, she chuckles, then covers her mouth with a barbed claw. No, we're not the voice of Dendro, Tenderling. Speak with our leader Imbitu instead. Savor his words and drink of his thoughts. She gestures extravagantly in the direction of an elderly man standing nearby, as though introducing a prince. You don't want to tell me about the Dendro? Want? We do not speak of want, Tenderling. We do not deserve to tell you, she smiles. Imbitu is our voice. Who are you? We are Gzei of the... She pauses. You may not know the word, but we come from another world, a heavier one, more rocks, less life. She rubs her arm absent-mindedly. What's the name of your people in your language? Gzei barks a rattling growl in your face and slams her teeth together, and then she smiles. You see, it does not translate so well. Our world is not like yours, she says. It is not so rich. No animals, no, she pauses, frowning. Vegetals? None of those. The only flesh is our flesh. She sighs. But we are blessed. When we eat bodies, nothing is lost except the corpse. The soul is preserved. She spreads her hand. The dead becomes part of us. It becomes we. The word is vegetables. Yes, she says, raising an eyebrow. It does not matter. We do not eat things grown in dirt. She shrugs. And this is not why we are here. We heard rumors of the Dendro magic, she says, concentrating. Your language's tenses clearly give her trouble. It does not stop at the soul. It pulls memories from dead flesh and soaks them into the mind. She gives you a rough, sure smile. So we come through a portal in the bloom to learn this magic. We found our way to Sigus. We ask it to join. Now the portal is gone, we hear, but we will make another in time. How many buddies have you eaten, buddy? We do not share this, she chuckles. We prefer our priests to be private. But many, we find our feasts on our own. What do your people believe? Alright, yes. We will consume the flesh of the dead to preserve them, to remember them and give them eternal life. Okay, fair enough. Let's go talk to Leader Man. Ah, welcome back. I see you're still on your feet. You notice he seems disappointed about this, despite his feverish cheer. I'm helping Folsom investigate some trouble in the underbelly. Can I ask you some questions? When have we dealt with Imbitu? No, whatever. Of course, and do tell Folsom hello from me, we're dear friends. He raises a finger. Well, he frowns more than I smile, but we do have a grand time when we meet, which is often. One of Folsom's protégés was murdered. Do you know anything about it? Not a thing, he says, then grins. Why, am I a suspect? Maybe. Keep your own counsel, he says, nodding sagely. Very wise, very wise. So, I'd like to question your disciples, would that be alright? Kinda loud, I'm afraid, he says with a thin smile. No, without reason. They're young and easily distracted from the path I've laboriously carved for them. Perhaps another time. Yeah, we could ask, are you sure? But I don't think that's going to get anywhere. So, very well. So soon? Very well. Right. Nope. I mean, we could continue to talk to them. But, time's a wasting, so we gotta go deal with Stitches. So, we need a Stitches taxi. I'm gonna save and just save negotiations. So we do new save. And chat to checked. This massive creature looms over you, a scent like lightning in an underground cavern watches over you, and it reminds you of nothing so much as curiosity. It chitters and rumbles, waving its large claws through an expressive dance. Something about these smells, sounds, and gestures seems familiar, a niggling itch in the back of your mind. At least you remember the taxonomy now. This is a Stitchus, a huge burrowing insect. It points to itself and says, "Checked." It follows with another stream of high-pitched noise. What can you tell me about this place? It looks at you intently, and then its spatula fingers begin a slow and careful dance. The sound it makes are slow chitters that rise and fall in pitch, accompanied by the smell of ozone. Good rock, full of electricity. Should be more like good rock, full of electricity, and try and add like a buzz or crackle. I think we'll go with the first one. What can you tell me about the Stitcher? No. Yes. It scrabbles briefly at the wall, and a bit of lightning flares about the antenna in its head. It shells a shrug, and you smell dust again. Now. It's all for now. Farewell. Alright. But if I talk to Pelai, this violent skin-thinned visitant paces back and forth before the cavern's opening. It wears fine clothes that serve to accentuate a tall, thin crest on its head. A symbol has been painted on the crest, mirroring the insignia that marked on its chest. Its clothes are finely tailored and well made. The name of the creature's race calls to your mind. It's a Vargellan. This one is temporarily chosen to be female. Her bulbous eyes flash quickly around her surroundings before focusing on you. The council didn't send you, that much is plain. Her voice is high and fluting. You're aware that this cave isn't safe, I hope. What exactly do you want? I'm wondering what you're doing here. I am conducting a diplomatic negotiation on the behalf of the city. Unfortunately, I'm not dealing with a reasonable species. Her crest flutters irritably. I've made no progress at all. Days wasted in this miserable tunnel, and I'll have nothing to show my superiors. Maybe I can help you negotiate? She looked you up and down, considering. Doubtful, but you might have other skills that I can use. The circumstances call for a new tactic, and these levies cannot do what can be done. Nor can I. Vargellan nods. If you truly think you can help, let's put you to the test. She waves off the levies who flank her. Her gestures are short and choppy, sharp and irritated. It's these damn Stitcher. I speak to them, I offer, I control, threaten, negotiate, and threaten, and yet they persist in digging. And every day another house on the cliffs above slips into the sea. If the digging does not cease, the city itself may crumble. So here's my request. Find a way into their lair, remove their precious eggs, and return them to me. These hostages shall ensure the future of the city above. She pauses. If you can negotiate a lasting settlement that does not require such drastic measures, you may also pursue that method. But I've been trying for days with no success. I think I can help you. Yeah. Master Negotiator. Good. We need to stop the Stitch before they bring down the entire substructure of the city. If you manage to infiltrate their lair, be sure to acquire all their eggs. I suspect that multiple classes will need them all if we want to negotiate from a position of strength. She hands you a synth ball with a blinking device inside. Once you're in the lair, activate this. It'll show you all the tunnels, the egg classes, and the Stitches themselves. Better know what you face before you charge in. Yeah, okay, sure. Thank you. Do not tarry. The city crumbles above us. We get you kicked. Chikek regards you silently, then begins its pantomime. The scent of tunnels, grubs, and sharp metal fills the air. It's as usual, its chittering makes no sense to you. It manages to choke out a few words of truth. What do you want? Okay. I have come to ask you to stop digging underneath the city. Chikek waves its arms around and the air fills with the scent of a slow-growing fungus. You think it says, why? It more incomprehensible chittering follows, then it speaks carefully and slowly. Not learn us speech, not work us. No, not now. We dig. You dig under the city, right? Can you take me someplace? Let's do. Can you tell me more about the Stitcher? Its chitters and grumbles remain incomprehensible to you. It nods its head at you. When you fail to respond, it trills, talk other question. What do you think of play? Who? Then it thinks a little more. It sprays out a blast of pheromones and you smell the sharp tang of acid and weakened stone. It smells like distrust. You have almost the sense of the language, the structure, the feel, the sound, and the scent. The itch in your mind intensifies. You can feel the memory of the Stitcher's language waiting to reveal itself. Let's try to remember. 40% chance. Roll them bones and fail. Okay, so we do not in fact get that information. You focused it within your mind, blocking out external distractions, and will the memory to rise. There must be a reason for this tongue sounding familiar to you. There must, but try as you might, you can only conjure the images of a small box flickering impatiently in front of you. No other thoughts attach themselves. At last, you relinquish the attempt. It's fruitless. You dig under the city, right? Can you take me someplace? Over the scent of warm gravel, the Stitcher clicks and whistles. You understand the words and the shins. You understand the words yes and shins. I've heard the changing god had a sanctuary underneath the city. Can you take me there? The creature listens carefully to you and slowly rotates its whole body, its hands in front of it. Chikek's odor is that of internal organs slowly liquefying, a bright and pungent odor. No, it croaks. Not humans. Why not? It considers how to word the phrase. Its eyes are a lambent green in the dim light of the cave. Trust humans. No, egg thieves. Make fish head grub go away. Baby talk. Can you take us to the place where your eggs hatch? The scent that wafts from the Stitches is disgusting, like organic matter that's been baked, digested, and defecated a second time. Its hands clench and it grates. No. What does Stitcher use shins for? It points to various items on your belt and person, and you think it's telling you the Stitcher buy items from humans. Let me ask you some more questions. Come to ask you to stop digging underneath the city. Can we talk about Palais again? Nope. Can you tell me more about the Stitcher? Talk other question. Okay. That's all for now. So we can't get past because he won't take us there. I hope you have news for me. What can you tell me about the Stitcher? Filthy animals, scattering insects. Who can say if they're even sentient? First and foremost, they dig, and they care nothing for the homes they destabilize the lives that are lost when our buildings collapse. They do not speak the truth reliably, so we cannot know if they understand the damage they cause. She frowns. Though I suspect they do. Ask me your questions. Perhaps we'll find a way to deal with these monsters. How do you communicate with them? Her crest flutters as she hisses in irritation. I haven't the faintest idea. I do not even know if they fully understand the truth. Perhaps one of the points itself and chitters can help. I call it Chikekt. It can mutter a handful of words and performs some sign language. I've tried to negotiate with it, but got nowhere. How can I reach their lair? If I knew, I'd go there myself. The Stitch are quick to dispatch intruders, and I doubt they take humans off our islands of their own accord. Perhaps a construct of some sort, or a digging machine. I know little of fabrication, but I know little of fabrication or manufacturing, so leave that for you to explore. So what are the Stitch doing here? I can't imagine. They dig incessantly. They insist upon digging tunnels underneath the city, destabilizing the crag on which Sega's Cliffs is built. And countless buildings have collapsed or fallen into the sea, more so than it's ordinary, based on the shoddy construction so many of our residents employ. The problem has struck Cliff's Edge especially. Many loyal citizens have perished. Okay. So, that's a bit of a bust. Last time around I didn't need this because I could just talk. I recovered the memory and could just talk to the Stitches. This time around, it hasn't worked. Can't get your party members to remember things for you, which is probably sensible. Tell me again where you get your stock. Mostly trade. Nope. Let's see what you got for sale. This is a snare. This is a thing for hiding. They have shield, image blocker, and buzzer, none of which are useful. So now we need to work out how the frag we get down. That's just where you left it. Yep. Still dead. What can we do? Okay. So we can't get the Stitches to take us. There's got to be some kind of digging machine somewhere. But we've actually basically explored all the underbelly. Which suggests we may need to go upstairs? I don't know. Let's find out what's around here. Don't see anything. Okay, what do we got? What can we do to find things out? You can't even raise the dead Stitches there. So we're gonna have to leave and go somewhere. This whole plan of going for the main storyline is surprisingly annoying. Alright, we've got... What we'll do is we'll go to the reef. And we'll push on with that aspect. Oh, come on. There we go. So we'll rush through the market. And it makes sense to try and pick up a third companion. We totally could do that, but don't think I'm going to. What we'll do is we'll get to the reef, and then next time around we will go into the gold structure. Alright, cool. Ah! Didn't mean to do that. And that is edge of cliff, yep. Just gonna see what we can see. Use memories, slaver, blah blah blah. Yep, we'll just leave. I mean, there's stuff I'm sure we can do here, and we may need to explore to find out, but let's try and get through this with less me needing to read things. Alright, next time round we will go into the a chorus. Until then, have a great day.